How long should they expect it take them to buy a business, to search for a business, find one, and get it across the
Okay.
finish line?
Great question. That's very multi-layered here. So let's start with just define the right business. Give yourself at least a year, especially if you're not the most capitally, sufficient person and you've got a thinner margin. It's going to be a lot harder to find the right deal. As we mentioned, books aren't always perfect. So you may think you found a deal, but you may go through one or two because the books just don't perfectly line up to fit what your financing contingencies can support. Give yourself at least a year. And honestly, I would take the first quarter of that year. Don't even bother inquiring. This is going to sound crazy, but hear me out here. Start looking at all the different resources, where listings are and why they're there and what's going on, how they're moving and which ones are popular and which ones look to fit your market. Really know what you're looking for. But if you see something that's perfect, of course, reach out. But do your homework first. You wouldn't walk on a car lot and buy the first car you saw. You go online and look at all the different opportunities, do some homework, do some research, see what they're selling for. And if you don't know, reach out to the proper, respectable authorities and or professionals and say, hey, I want to start this journey. What should I look for? What should I do? We love those conversations. I would love to talk to you then and guide you so you can then go source what you want versus just click on every single thing you think might be attractive because you're going to burn yourself out. So give yourself at least a year to find the right business. From there, from start of inquiry to close can be a really almost a year in some cases. I've seen some deals get really dragged out for the bigger ones, but traditionally 1 to 2 months, inquiry to meeting the owner in a buy-sell meeting to reviewing basic information, submitting an offer. From there, it could be 1 to 6 months based on the SBA lender. If there are any factors that come into play, like issues during due diligence, during the QOV, if there's real estate involved, you have to get clear title. If there's some stuff missing, hey, I've had UCCs from 10 years ago pop up at a closing table. No one can find a lender who got bought out 17 times to get the UCC. So it took a month to figure that out. Like, there are always going to be random hiccups. It doesn't mean it's a bad deal, but don't search for perfection. If you look for perfection, you're going to spend 10 years finding it if you ever buy a business. You got to take it for a grain of salt. Don't prove imperfection in the business. Find why it makes sense for you to buy it. Yes, there will be issues. Every owner understands that. Every broker knows that. But if your goal is to find why everything's wrong and have that war, you're taking the search in the wrong direction. It should be, what are you trying to accomplish? That's buy a business, make a life-changing decision, and move forward. And if you haven't psychologically done your budget, know your risk tolerance, and prepared yourself, then you're probably not going to be able to find one you like. And that means your timeline is going to expand rapidly.